What's up, everyone? So let's talk about it because everyone is, and I can't say that a lot of people are not understanding how Nina Thomas feels regarding the situation with her husband, Earl Thomas, and the situation that he got himself caught up in. So the story TMZ Sports reports says NFL star Earl Thomas is lucky to be alive after cops say his wife held a loaded gun less than a foot from his head after she allegedly caught him cheating with another woman. It's all spelled out in court documents obtained by TMZ Sports detailing a violent April 13th altercation involving the Baltimore Ravens player Nina Thomas and several other people. The Austin Police Department responded to a home in the Austin, Texas area at 3:41 a.m. after getting a call about a disturbance. When cops arrived, they say, "We observed that a black female wearing an orange sweater with a knife in her hand, later identified as Nina Thomas, was chasing a shirtless black male, later identified as Earl Thomas, with a pistol in his hand around a vehicle. Cops drew their weapons and ordered both Nina and Earl to the ground, and they complied without incident. That's when the investigation began and things got wild." Here's Nina's story according to the court docs. Nina claims Earl, 30, left their home earlier in the day after an argument over the NFL player's drinking. She claims Earl's brother, Seth Thomas, picked him up, but a short time later she decided to check on his whereabouts by logging into his Snapchat account, and that's when she said she found video of Earl with another woman. Nina says she used Earl's Snapchat account to track his location to a nearby Airbnb rental home and says she called out two other women to help her confront Earl at the pad. Nina also claims she grabbed Earl's pistol, a 9mm Beretta, in the process with the intention to scare him. When the women arrived at the house, they discovered Earl and Seth naked in bed with other women. That's when Nina admits she pulled out the gun and put it to Earl's head, stating that she took out the magazine thinking that the gun could not fire, but cops say Nina was unaware that the gun had a round in the chamber. Cops say one of the women in the house shot cell phone video of the incident, which they say shows Nina pointing the gun to Earl's head from less than a foot away, and it can clearly be seen that Nina's finger was on the trigger and the safety is disengaged. Fortunately for Earl, cops say the Ravens defensive back was able to wrestle the gun away from her. Cops say the cell phone video also shows Nina striking Earl in the nose before it ends. Cops also spoke with Earl, who essentially corroborated the story, adding that Nina repeatedly hit him while he attempted to take the firearm away. In an interview with Earl's alleged mistress at the scene, she claimed Nina also threatened her and the other woman in the house, pointing the gun at them and yelling, "I got something for all you hoes." The woman claims one of Nina's other friends was carrying a knife and swinging it aggressively during the altercation as well. After speaking with everyone, cops ultimately arrested Nina and both members of her, quote, posse. Nina was booked for burglary of a residence with intent to commit aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, family violence, and later bonded out. Earl was not arrested. Court records show Nina was also hit with an emergency protective order requiring her to stay 200 yards away from Earl and his alleged mistress. As they previously reported, that's TMZ Sports, Earl and Nina were married in an extravagant wedding back in April 2016. Russell Wilson and Ciara even attended the ceremony. And they have a clip of the wedding ceremony, and I'll have a link to that in the description, so if you guys want to go and check it out. I'm not going to read much else of the story, but here's what I wanted to talk about. Now, I know that there are a lot of people that are going to be on Earl's side, and there's also going to be a lot of people that are on Nina's side. I'm not on either side because I don't know any of them, and quite frankly, of course, it's none of my business, but it's news, so I'm talking about it. But here's what I will say. I do believe that there are a lot of people who understand Nina. I'm not saying that we are saying she was right in her actions, but we understand. Because here's the thing. She is a wife. She's clearly this man's wife. She's not his girlfriend. She's not his side piece. You know, all these other names that they call insignificant others. She is a significant other. She is his wife. And they had some communication earlier in that day with regards to his drinking, and he left the home. So she was clearly concerned about her husband. Now, whether she was right to go to the place that she tracked him at, which was an Airbnb rental, and she found him on a video with some other women, so she went to go and confront. She was in her feelings, she was in her emotions. And that's the thing, guys. The Oxygen television network was really founded on this type of stuff because one of their staple shows back in the day was the show Snapped. And Snapped was a show that highlighted actual real life stories about women who got into trouble with the law based on a moment of heated passion with regard to a significant other, a spouse, a boyfriend, or maybe they were the mistress, they were the side piece, they were the person that was in they thought relationship with somebody else that was already married to somebody else. So many different stories like this, and the woman get caught up and then they end up committing a crime, whether it was intentional or not, and they wind up getting in trouble with the law, and then it becomes a story on Snapped. What I'm saying is that it is not an uncommon thing for when a woman finds out that their significant other has been or is being unfaithful for them to snap. And that's why the show is called Snapped. That's why they call it, a moment of passion, a crime of passion. That is why police look for motives when stuff like this happens, because not saying that it's right, but when people are messing with people's emotions and their feelings, and you heard the phrase before, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. When a woman is violated in some way like that, a lot of times it can cause them to snap. So they're not even really in their right mind when they are going to grab a weapon, possibly a weapon of mass destruction, but when they're going to go grab a weapon and they're going to go and confront this person that they find out is violating them in some way, violating their trust. Sometimes it's not even just the trust that is an issue for them, but it is the fact that you're putting their life at danger. Because if a person is going to be that low down and dirty to be unfaithful and screw around on you, chances are they're not being responsible, because that alone, the act, is irresponsible. So do you really think they're going to get protection to mess around and be in a freaking orgy? This guy was in the bed with his brother and other women. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. So her being in her emotions and in her feelings and grabbing a weapon, again, not saying that her actions were right, because I don't want to make it seem like I am just saying, yeah, go girl, you go and get him, you did the right thing. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that I believe that a lot of people understand. You guys let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Do you feel that, you can understand where she was coming from, where she was not even really in her right mind, but she was thinking from a place of pure anger and out of a place of trying to protect herself because this person is endangering her life by being unfaithful? Now, a lot of you may say, well, you know what? That comes along with the territory because she married somebody who is a sports player. That's bullcrap. Because if he did not want to be married, he did not have to get married. These people who are in these industries where some people want to give them a pass to be unfaithful and mess around on somebody that they decided to commit themselves to is bull. I never agree with it. I don't think that is right. If you're going to be with someone, then you be with that person. If you don't feel that you can be faithful and that you can sit your butt still and just wait to be with your spouse, because you're not an animal, you're a person, then you don't need to be married. You don't even need to be in a committed relationship with having a girlfriend or whatever. Just be a hoe. And apparently there are people out there that don't mind, and they will let you just do whatever you want to do with them and just be a hoe, because these women clearly were in that position and they know this dude is married, but they didn't care. And who knows? I don't know if they were paid escorts where they were getting paid to do the do, or they were just doing it for free in the hopes of having a come up, hopefully maybe getting an unplanned pregnancy out of the situation, or being able to, hold it over their head and have some blackmail going on where they could get some funds going. I don't really know. But what I'm saying is I do believe that a lot of people understand Nina Thomas's situation and how she got to the point where she was like calling her girls up and saying, look, I need you to meet me here so we can go there together. A lot of women don't want to be in a position like that, but they need support. And I felt like she contacted the people who were going to be supportive to her because she needed that. It wasn't so much as her contacting somebody to say, let's go and beat him and these hoes down together, but it was really that support system. And I guess a few of the people in that support system decided to grab some weapons themselves, not maybe so much to hurt anyone else, but to protect themselves, because they didn't really know what they were going into, but they were just looking out for their girl and going along as a supportive friend. But those are just my thoughts. You're welcome to yours, so let me know respectfully in the comment section how you feel about it. But I just wanted to talk about this situation and share my thoughts and opinions on it. So thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And until the next episode, this is the Minister of Beauty here to share the Bible. That's business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. And I hope you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.